Hello everyone, it's Tidal Magic and I wanted to show off some mermazing new things that I got. I did show it in my last video, but I got this amazing Mermaid Dazzle crown that has me just, I feel like the absolute mermaid queen that I am. I also got this wig, a lovely, lovely lime colored wig on Etsy, and let me tell you, I'm a green-haired mermaid. I absolutely love this. I just feel so magical. And I am wearing a Finfolk Mythic Scale top. Oh, look at how well these just go together. I honestly feel so beautiful. And I am actually wearing my Mertailor Rainbow Dream, but turns out you can't really see it filming at this angle, and that's okay. I also in my last video showed how I was doing some upkeep on the tail. It had gotten dirty in the river and the cat scraped all over it, and I pretty much fixed all of that. So it's looking spot on, almost good as new, and you can't even notice any of the damages to my favorite tail. Nope, it is all good now, and I am feeling great about all of this mermazing stuff. Hi everyone, it's Tidal Magic, and this is going to be the first episode of my Shellbinding read series where I review all of the mermaid books that I read. I read a lot of mermaid books, and I've been talking about doing these reviews for a while, and you know, I've been so bored in quarantine and wondering how on earth I can get and feel more mermaid, and so yeah, now is the time to start these reviews. I really hope that you guys enjoy, or at least, you know, like chatting about books. And if you do have any mermaid books that you know or like, please, please, please recommend me, because I do have a list, but more are always helpful. So yeah, let's dive right in. A lot of you have probably already read the first book I chose for my Shellbinding read, but it was definitely worth it, and it's the perfect book to start the review with. It is Sea Witch by Sarah Henning. Oh, such a beautiful story, such a powerful story, bittersweet, nostalgic, and not overly cliche in any way, not really predictable at all. I had no idea how the ending was gonna happen, and that is something that I love. It did take a little bit for me to get into the book. Several chapters I kind of wondered if I was gonna be able to enjoy it, but when they dropped in the character Ennmet, it took off and the plot went, and I was so happy and could not even put it down. It was absolutely amazing. Evie, our main character, our sea witch, is literally everything that I could want in a witch protagonist. She's powerful, she's ambitious, she's driven, but she's also really relatable. She has her own, you know, self-consciousness, her own inner fears that she has to face, and a lot of it deals with her struggling with her friend's death that happened 4 years prior. It's sort of the inciting incident, and the book is told going between the past and the present, so it flashes back 4 years almost between every chapter and goes a little bit more into that incident and how it affected Evie, how it affects her best friend Nick, who's the prince of the kingdom, and it is absolutely, absolutely mermazing. Ennmet is actually our mermaid character, so that might be why I got excited when she finally came in. She's a beautiful blonde, and she really sort of speaks to Evie because she's the first person Evie can relate to on a friendship level as far as magic goes. Magic is banned in their kingdom, and so Evie has spent her whole life having to hide it from Nick, her best friend, because he is the prince, and the repercussions that it would cause. So when she does meet this mermaid character and they both have magic, it's just, they become fast friends, and everything that goes from there as she does try to help Ennmet on her quest to find Nick's love. You know, it is, you can see the elements of the Little Mermaid in Ennmet's character for sure. She's a mermaid that fell in love with this prince that she saw, and she comes to land. So that's really exciting, but the love is not at all overly cliche, and I mean, you kind of see where it's going, but at the end it just totally sweeps you off your feet and takes you by surprise, and I think that is something that makes this book an absolutely mermazing read. It was, oh, I got swept off my feet. I've never before finished a book that's written in first person, but the author just did so well in this one, taking you on a journey with your main character, getting you into her feelings and into her world especially. I think that sometimes I might have preferred a little bit more imagery, but that's just me. I like a lot of, descriptors, but I don't have a problem painting the picture in my head, and it was a beautiful picture to follow as I read this book. It was almost nonstop exciting, and you really, you're not gonna see where it's going. And if you've read it and know where it went, and if you've read the next book, the sequel, don't tell me about the sequel. I don't want any spoilers. I do want to read this one. I've already ordered it, Sea Witch Rising, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a Shellbinding read on sequels or not, but I have a bunch of books that are the first books in series, trilogies, and sagas of mermaids that I'm planning on reviewing, and maybe I'll even get in there with the Hans Christian Andersen Little Mermaid at some point. At the end, I give this book 4.5 out of 5 sea stars. It was such a mermazing read, but it did take a little bit to get into and for the plot to really get going. Once it did, though, it was mermazing, and I highly recommend this book to anyone. It is such an incredible read. If you did make it this far, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe because that helps it keep going, and I definitely want to get more mermaid book reviews out there for you. I've got 2 more lined up, and I cannot wait to share it with you. So, yeah, bye for now.